Hello, today we take a couple of Mixamo animations, add tracks with Python and put them into our project. So we start with some prerequisites. Python is normally already installed in your Unreal 5, but we need another plugin here. Just filter for Python and you might see the Python Foundation packages. We also need that. So make sure the checkbox is checked and maybe reboot, but we need to add another setting in the project settings, and that is the Python path where you store the files, meaning you go to Python here, additional path, you add an element and you select your Python folder with the plugin is actually the file that we need. So we go again to plugins, game features, Bastian plugin, and here's the Python folder. So we select that one and again reboot the editor, then it knows it. And from there we just have to pass the file name in. So going to Mixamo and the export, selecting that one, and we will download one of the packages. I take a dance package and I will use a project MixamoToUE to actually do the rigging for me. I'm too lazy to actually do that myself, and that one is really, really good. Just look here in the link in the descriptions. You download it and open it, and then you pass the Mixamo animations in. I use 60 frames per second here. The rest is the same. Just re-download it and open it. You have to extract it to an empty folder. You cannot directly import it into the editor from the zip file. So just copying it somewhere else. Temporary, so we have it here. And then we just drop them into this MixamoToUE project. It's of course the export skeleton that we need here. And the rest is kind of the same. The only thing is the custom sample rate, because I selected 60, should be 60 here. And that is all. We just import it. So here we go. You see, we have all the animations here. They are of course coupled to the export. So nice, but we need them to Quinn and Money. How do we do it? We select them all, right click, retarget. We use the iKey retargeter that comes with the project. That's the export iKey retargeter. Then you can change the folder. What we should do, because otherwise it's the main folder, we put it into characters, animation, and add a new folder here. Actually used animations in the plugin. So that is fine. And you can do some prefixes. I normally use AS for animation sequence as a prefix. And if you do single Mixamos, then it will always have Mixamo.com in the file name. That's also a bit annoying. So you could, in theory, replace it. And then we just retarget it and copy it there. You see, we have all the animations here. They are coupled to Quinn here. So working quite well. Now last step is really moving them into our plugin folder. So just right click here. Then we do migrate. And saving that one, that was the old ones. And here we make sure that we only select the folder here, nothing else. And we're here in our plugins, game features, Bastian plugin, content. And here we go. So everything will be copied and we are finished with this MixamoToUE project and moving back to the plugin. Everything landed in the characters, animations, actually dances. And looks good, but of course the skeleton is the wrong one. It's from the other project, so it cannot be found here. So no, don't find one for this single one. We just mark all and right click and say here replace skeleton, and it should be our mannequin skeleton that is valid for both Quinn and Money. So that is the SK mannequin. Okay. And now everything is blue. And that should be Money dancing from now on. This is a soft reference that will go away when you update the references for preview in the animations. So let's open one. Money looks great here. What is missing is a couple of notification tracks that we need. Here, just update these two buttons, then the soft reference will go away. If you look down here, notifiers, you just have the track 1, but Lyra is using a couple of them more. If you open one of the Lyra animations, you will see a couple of more, and they are important for example, footsteps and effects on footsteps. So if you open the rifle here, you see LeftFootFX, RightFootFX, ContextFX, and FootSyncMarkers. that is really something that we need, but we don't want to do that manually for a lot of animations. So what we do, we go back to our animation folder here and want to use Python to update all the animations and adding tracks for them. The animation or the Python script itself is called add animation notifier track. It is in the Python folder that we mentioned, and you just need the file name really. So just copy the file name so that we can copy past that. And it just looks at all the selected animations and will add it. If I just run it without selecting anything, it should run, but it should give me an error. Let's try that. Just pass it in here. You have to select Python in the command line. And let's have a look at the output log. Yeah, seems to be, does not find anything. So exiting script. Okay, we can do better. So selecting all, same thing, going back, executing the very same file. And then, oh yeah, things happening. You see, there's an unknown track 1 that is existing. It's not touched. And adding a couple of tracks, left foot, right foot, and so on. And if I open one of the animations, you see, yeah, all the tracks are added. What is not added, what I actually cannot automatize, is the really notification when exactly they should happen, because they depend on the footsteps. So if I, for example, here in this animation want to add it, I would go look when is the right foot, for example, setting on the earth. That would be here. So I go to the right foot track, right click, add notify, and say foot plant right. And I do the same for the left foot. Yeah, should be, zoom a bit. Yeah, I would say here. So again, LeftFootFX, we right click and say add notify, and that's the AN foot plant left. What is missing now is in the ContextFX. It's a bit more complicated. I would say we just copy it from an existing Lyra animation. So just open one of the animations. You can then right click and select that. Here you have this AnimEffect.Footstep, right click, copy. We go back to our animation. Oh, kind of lost it. So let's go here. Here we are. Back to the animation, and in the ContextFX track, you passed it exactly where you have the footsteps defined. So right click on that place and passed. You can also shift it later if you need. Same thing here, right click and passed. And here we go. Now this animation will play footsteps, will play effects, and is ready to be used. And that is what we do next. We are still with the attributes, but that is something we need in between. Thank you very much. See you.